Going. Mm, Okay. Yeah, I think it's working now. Yeah, we are live. Okay, so that's just on YouTube. I can only see YouTube though.
Yeah, it looks good in YouTube.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so welcome everyone to the marketing working group meeting. And hi, Lucas. I am Bani, and today we have Lucas, we have Olumide, we have Victor, who is the first time I'm seeing. So you're going to introduce yourself. And of course, we have Maya here. Hi, everyone. You can quickly just say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi,
Hello.
hi, Olumide. And hi, Victor. Can you please?
Hello.
Hello. Good to meet
Hi,
you. Can you
hi.
please? Hi, Maya. Victor, can you please quickly introduce yourself? I am assuming
Yeah,
this is your
I'm.
first
It's
marketing
my
meeting.
first time. Yeah, I've been just wondering the different standard, like Open API versus Async API. What's the? I know it's a sort of roughly the differences, but just want to see, what the coverage is. And another interesting topic that's I think is about standardization, right? So what is considered good code? Is this happening a lot nowadays? That when you use AI generated code, what is considered good code? So I guess I want to see in the async API perspective, what in this community, what is considered a good code and how to verify that. Like that's why I bring it here.
Mami?
Okay, that's that's really interesting. I'm sure Lucas is here. We have
Yeah,
Lucas here today. He's gonna be
I
answering a
mean,
lot of those questions.
yeah, I mean, just to clarify, Victor, like this is like purely marketing working group related
Mhm.
meeting. So I'm not sure if that's what is the most interesting for you, but later after we go through the agenda and there's still some time, we can try to answer some of your questions if you have some.
Yeah, the reason I choose this meeting is I'm also interested in like how the different standard group for marketing and what do they mean to be to marketing? I guess that's why I joined this meeting.
Oh, interesting. Um, I'm going to share my screen now. So, okay. Yeah. Victor, I'm sure like we have like a session for open discussion. So um Lucas will be happy to answer some of those questions if there's still time. But right now, again, once again, welcome to the marketing working group meeting. And yes, we've done our introduction. And then the next thing is to give us some update on the current initiatives that is going on in the marketing working group. And the major one is the strategy of updates. I'm not sure because I did not see any other comments except from Tilly and Lucas. So I want to assume everybody has gone through the marketing strategy for 2025 and they find it very well appealing. Otherwise, I'll still be expecting some feedback. But what we want to do, the update on that is Lucas dropped some interesting updates today, and they will be implemented this week. And we are looking at merging it by next week. So by the end of February, it is merged, and by March, we hit the ground running, something like that. So if you still have any updates, if you still need to take a quick stop at it, please go ahead and do that before the end of the week so that all your suggestions can be implemented before next week. That being said, um, on our last meeting, we talked about this interesting project coming up, which is the AI hackathon. So I'm going to be oh oops. Where am I? Okay, sorry. Going to the wrong place. So we talked about the AI hackathon, so I want to copy this one and put it here. Mm, I don't know why I keep going to the wrong places. Okay. So yeah, yes, so we have it. And also we have the AI hackathon discussion that we brought up last meeting, and we are also like looking for your input as well. I think Olumide asked a lot of questions regarding that. So the discussion doc is open, and you can all check it out when you have the time. It's pretty much interesting conversation and interesting projects that we're looking at. So please, all your input, your suggestions are welcome. Um, is there any question, any input, or any suggestion? None. Okay. Okay, so since there is none, the next one is the AsyncAPI Singapore call for proposal commercial strategy. Olumide, I saw your comments in the conference working group. I had a lot of questions. I'm sure I had it. I gave some input, but I don't know if you have any other questions to ask in that regard.
No, for now, it's just those ones.
And were you able to go through the suggested promotional
I
strategy?
saw, I saw, I saw, I saw something. I saw a post drafted by Tuli concerning the speakers, the Singapore speaking banner. So yes, it seems banner. I saw it not quite long, so I haven't go through it very well yet. But it's part of what I requested.
Okay, are you talking about the track team?
No, I'm talking about the call for proposal Singapore promotion.
Okay. I want
The
to be sure
CFP
if it's the same,
for
if
Singapore.
it is the, yeah, I'm just trying to be sure if it is the same message I saw this morning from today you're talking about, or is something else.
Okay.
Um, uh, um, yeah, I think it is the same. Yeah, you're talking about the same thing, yeah. And that is
Yeah, so that's part of it. So I believe
okay. So when do you think
you
you
can
can start creating those issues?
I already created some, so we are still expecting the rest. So when we get more information about it.
Okay.
Hello,
All right.
can
Then.
you hear me?
Yes. I'm sure if I am right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I will.
Hi everyone. Sorry to chime in. I think I'm confused. The message that I sent today is not the same as what Olumide asked.
Yeah, that's why I am asking him also if it's the same thing that I saw, because Olumide asked if he was asking for promotional strategy, which I shared some, and I'm confirming with him if that is enough or he has further question. And then he mentioned Tuli's message today, and Tuli's message today is on the track, the event track, and more promotional requests from the organizers at Singapore. So that's why I'm asking if it's the same thing we are talking about. Am I the one confused or?
Yeah, the one that I sent today, so it's more like a track topic. So I put out like a message to the group, like part of the pre-conference planning is like to promote the Async API track. And for us to promote the Async API track, we need to have a track topic, like specific topic on the track. So when I went through the potential proposals that we received, I came up with the topic building event-driven think Async API. So majority of the talks that we have for Singapore are targeted at event-driven, and of which the topic for Singapore, it's something to do with AI, blah, 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 APIs. I can't really remember. So for our track, right, they asked like to help them to have like a certain messaging that will promote the Async API track at Singapore. So I think I just put some random ideas of which Bami you refine and come up with a proper messaging that we will use like to promote the track. So out of the talks that we have this topic that we have for the Singapore track. What is the talks all about? What are they targeted? Who is it for? Which audience is it attracting? So that is the whole point for the message that I sent. So that is different from what Olumide sent. I'm not sure if it's me. Oh,
Yeah, I totally understand that. And I also got what Olumide needed, and I think that's what I sent to you, Olumide. So I don't know if how that is connected to what you sent today. Anyways, I think um that request can be answered in the Slack channel if there is any further question. But Olumide, just be sure that you have gone through the reply I shared yesterday. Can't send anymore. All right. Okay, so moving on from that. Thank you, Tuli. Moving on from that, I think part of the ideas I shared, I mean, the stuff I shared regarding the promotion strategies to um, add additional outreach channels apart from our social media to add partnering with other open source communities majorly as another type of promotions, and also leveraging our past speakers and past speakers for our events. If we can help us reach out to any of them, or I can also reach out to the ones I know to help us just make like a video talking briefly about their talks, their past talk, and we can compile that to also do promotional content for this current CFP. And yeah, that's just easy case. What do you think, Julie?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. Do you mind repeating?
Okay. So I was talking about other ways we can promote our CFPs or any of our upcoming events. Is number one, where open source communities partnerships or collaboration, like reaching out to other open source communities we have in our docket, uh, to to tell them about our events so they help us share our events in their communities as well. And other thing is our past speakers getting like short video, a short video that's sort of like testimonial from the past speakers about their previous talks and how it has been. I will compile that to make a content video to promote the current CFP, the current CFP that's going out. So the major action point here is reaching out to the speakers.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Okay.
Maybe I'll add something. So like in case of Singapore, the call for papers is like end of this week. So like I would suggest to not invest too much time in the CFP promotion because as far as I know, we have pretty good number of proposals.
Okay.
Also last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, I using this new tool that I'm having for contact with partners and sponsors. I used it to like reach out all the past speakers. So I spent some few hours on like building a contact list with basically all the speakers from the past, which is pretty good number because it's almost 80 people throughout the years. Out of this communication, we got some proposals. So I think on the CFP side, especially like just I'm talking now, of course, only about Singapore, not the future conferences. But in case of CFP, as I said, like it's just few days left. So I would suggest that like it's now better to focus on promoting the conference itself, like that, because that's something that we also have to put a lot of pressure in. Like on one hand side, of course, it's nice because we're hosted by another conference, so we could say that we have the same amount of people that will join the conference anyway that hosts us, but we should still like make sure that our community also joins and is aware of the event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Another thing is when it comes to other organizations, the best people like are the ambassadors. Ambassadors are your best bets when it comes to promoting. Then we have communities like JSON Schema, we have Open API, we have GraphQL. So, I mean, we have this mailing list, Lucas, but it's for the booth. I mean, we can always push something like a message to say if there's someone who wants to speak on the AsyncAPI track, we can also push it from that part as well. So yeah, that's another idea.
You mean the mailing list I created on the site with the booth mailing list?
Yeah, that one. I mean,
Yeah.
we can use it. I know, that's why I just put a suggestion, but I know that one is specifically for the booth.
Yeah, I mean, like and it's really limited. So because it's the idea of this mailing list is to be as small as possible because it's really for people that will are open to helping at the
At the
booth.
booth.
So it's small. So like, not sure if we should risk and people like having so people don't mute the mailing list.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I mean, we can discuss it further, but not sure if that's the best, if that's the good channel. Like, I think we have pretty good channel already that I created like this 2 weeks ago with these old speakers because it converted into CFPs. So yeah, I would say let's use the old list, let's use ambassadors and other channels, but the booth, let's let it grow a bit and then let's see how we can leverage it.
All right. Okay, just to respond to you with videos, the thing that I had an idea is whoever is going to a conference must interview some of the speakers. That's the plan that I had because reaching out to speakers to come and give a short testimonial is something that's really almost, should I say, impossible? Or it's going to be difficult because there's like, for instance, asking for slides after the conference is already hectic. So imagine asking them for a video, of which is
Video.
another level. So whoever goes into a conference, so that was part of my idea. Whoever is going to be present doing a track or doing MC, at the end of the talk, maybe during the time when they're volunteering at the booth or some of the speakers are at the booth, you can just create like a short 1 to 2 minute video doing a short Q&A because we did try that. I still remember me and Barbanyo did try that, of which it didn't work out so well. So another thing is whoever is emceeing, make sure you push them to at least get 1 or 2 speakers to do like a testimonial video for that track. Maybe for instance, like Singapore is coming up. Whoever is emceeing Singapore must at least get 1 or 2 speakers and do like a short video to promote the upcoming conferences. Then whoever is in Munich will also carry on and do, whoever is in Lagos, carry on, carry on, carry on. At least we can build content that way. That's another suggestion that I have. To ask for past speakers for videos, nah, I can, nah, it's not a channel that we can bet on it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can
So
accept the challenge and try again, but
No, she can do it. I don't mind, but she can cut
oh
me
wow.
out on that. Please cut me out.
yeah, but I like the idea. That's something that actually we should do in the past. Fran was good at it in the last conference. So like this
Yeah.
interviewing at the event where you actually have people. It's and I think this materials perform pretty well from the
Yes, they
marketing
did.
perspective. So yeah,
They
this
did.
you're gonna be in Singapore,
Oh.
then yeah, you're gonna have a chance to do some interviews.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are scrapping out requesting for videos from past speakers, but we can move forward with getting videos from speakers at the event. Okay, cool. So those were like some ideas for promoting both CFP and our upcoming events in general. All right, since we are done with that point, next one is I saw this marketing tool, this AI marketing tool Lucas shared. But I don't know if we have if,
I mean, I don't have any specific recommendation. I just shared it because like from my perspective as a maintainer, I already see that not all AI is really just fluff. There's some actually very good AI out there. In the repositories, we started more and more to use the CodeRabbit AI, which is helping a lot with the pull requests reviews. So I just shared it because I don't know actually how I found it. I think I got it from some social media or something as a website where you can find a lot of marketing related AI tools. So I've shared it because maybe you're gonna find something useful there. Because I think it's like in this AI time, there might be some tool that can speed up some of your work or like help you basically. But yeah, I didn't went through all the apps there because there's a lot, a lot of different things.
Yeah, obviously there will be a lot of new reactors are helping. What I actually did was to try to know, because I think this is the first time I'm hearing about AI tool for all. So I just went to check it out first, and then I realized I was thinking it's something related to social media at first. So I went to compare it with Buffer, like check the features out, but then I realized it's totally different. So yeah, um, I don't know. If it's something we can use or check out, I wouldn't mind doing that. I thought you had like a specific recommendation about it when you dropped it in the channel, and that's
No,
why I
no,
at your name there.
no, no,
You
no.
come talk about it.
I was actually overwhelmed by the amount of tools that are already there. For sure, like I was rather like sharing because like I know that from marketing perspective, the keywords are important, and SEO is important. So maybe one of the tools can help out. For example, with like let's say you're promoting the like we have in March this webinar from Lego, right? From the engineer from Lego about observability in event-driven architectures. So maybe, for example, one of these AI tools is without Googling instead, some tool can give you like some hints, like keywords, like in if you provide the topic and description of the webinar, then maybe it can generate some like specific keywords that are related to the topic. So it's much easier for you maybe to craft, I don't know, social media posts or even add proper description somewhere else, like more detailed description. Like for example, we have newsletter next week, so I guess this webinar will be promoted through the newsletter. So again, like I know that we have ChatGPT and this generic, let's say, AI that is specialized in everything. But I also know that this AI for everything is not really good for everything. Like, for example, ChatGPT is not really good for AsyncAPI. So this maybe this specific AI tools that are just really crafted for this one specific responsibility, like AI agents, maybe they help you more. That's why I shared it. But yeah, there's definitely some work needed to actually try them out
Okay.
and see if they're useful.
All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. Thank you, Lucas. So, the next thing is um, the AsyncAPI website and content strategy, and that is mostly on how we can best promote our blog posts and new content ideas. And I think that will be better explored when the strategy doc is merged, because we have a lot of points in the strategy doc that's going to solve all this for all this, what is it now? It's not a problem. But it's going to solve all these points that we have here. And one of the interesting ones that is like a new content idea that we're exploring is the monthly spotlight blog for our community members. Now, is not going to be focused only on the community members, but also possibly on our case users, the companies or organizations that use I think API and are willing to share their story. We are going to be also be spotlighting that as well. And some of our community members that done amazing stuff in the community. And the example of that is the Ashmi story, which should be out this week. The draft should be out this week, so it will be on GitHub and everybody can drop their thought on it. I just like translated everything in the video into a blog. So I'm kind of like reading it because the AI can be really tricky. Some words are not what he actually said. So I had to do a lot of rewriting on the transcriptions that I got from the note taker. So when that is done, we are going to share it and we are going to be publishing our first Spotlight blog of our community member. So does anybody have any other point or idea concerning that before we move forward? Or any question
About
probably is
that,
not clear. Okay.
about the spotlight, like how do you intend to pick community members? Is it going to be like randomly, or do you have like a list of members you want us to spotlight?
It's not random. It's more of folks that we have seen that have done, some. I don't think any contribution is insignificant, but a lot of things in the community, and we have a whole year to do that. In fact, we have forever to do that. So I'm sure it's going to get to more community members as the time goes. But we are starting with Ashmi's story. We have a little bit of we have a list of the one at the top of my head and of Chile's head, most especially, because it's Chile that had worked with most of these people before. So if you have any two in your team from design team, you can also send them my way. I'm getting some from maintainers because the mentees that want to maintainers because Tuli was a mentor. I'm coming to get something from Lucas and also from other community members. Just in each working group, if you have any, in each working group, if you have any member or contributor that you feel like this person needs to be spotlighted, please send them my way. I'll just set up an interview with them and we'll spotlight them.
All right, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So that being said, I'm also I think the next thing.
So just to clarify, so you're gonna create an issue where we will be dropping these ideas, or?
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think
I
of
was
that,
about
but
to ask
yes,
that.
I should do that. So the ones Tilly had sent initially, so she can help me just drop all of them there.
But sorry, I didn't specify. I don't mean the spotlight. I mean the SEO, the improving the visibility of the blog, like how to.
Oh, okay. Oh, I want to be sure now. We are talking about the SEO.
Yeah, the SEO, the content strategy, like where do we drop these?
Okay. I'm going to create an issue for that then. It's supposed to be it's in the strategy. Oh, sorry. It's in the strategy doc, but it's in the strategy doc. But there is another doc in the strategy that is called content doc. So it's mainly in that, but since I have other sub docs that I want to create, and I want to create everything as an issue, so I'm just going to move them to that issue, like the promotional guidelines, the content, and the metrics. So they're going to be on like a sub issue. So I'll be creating that issue
Okay, perfect.
for that.
And
Like
you're gonna
quick one too.
Sorry, say what?
Oh, go on, Lucas.
no, that's continue, please, Maya.
All right. So, regarding the spotlight, yes, I was hoping we'd have an issue for that too.
An issue
So
for
it
that
will
as
be
well, yeah.
easier,
So that's what I
yeah,
thought
to
Lucas was
track.
saying.
Yes, me too. Because, for example, now, if I didn't attend the meeting or probably I didn't read the meeting transcript or something, I might not know. So, for more visibility, we might actually create an issue for it so that everybody like gets to know more about it.
Yeah, thank you. It's on the strategy doc, and I just didn't want to wait until the strategy doc is meshed before I start implementing this thing. That's why I picked up the first spotlight for the month of February. But yes, it's supposed to be like something in discussion to highlight, um, to tell the community members about our spotlighting and also our reward system, because we want to be doing award system, want to be doing award. I want to prep everybody um in in advance to December when we will be giving out the awards. So those are discussions that will be coming out later in the year. Actually, I can see your hand. Those are the discussions that will be coming out up later in the year. But I think issue for people to drop the list of their members would be a bad idea. Actually,
Okay, so that it's more like visible as well, so that you don't forget. I think you should start creating like these issues and put them in the marketing task board, so that it's easy to track, because I think some of these things we spoke about it weeks ago and you tend to forget. So I think it's best that you have these points on the task board, then at least it will be easier for you to reference people to the task board, and also to see like where is the progress, what needs to be done. Like, for instance, with this whole spotlight thing, with the upcoming awards, at least if these things are on the task board as well, people can also have a reference way to find like some of the issues that are currently going on in the marketing working group.
all right. Thank you. Any other point? Just check. Okay. Um. Okay. So the next one, yes, I think we've gotten to the part where Lucas can answer Victor's question. I will still have about 16 minutes to go.
So, Victor, do you have any questions that you want to ask?
Yeah, actually, for example, nowadays there's one protocol that's becoming popular called NATS. How is that related to async API? Does it follow async API stack? I guess what's the relationship?
Yeah. So, like as you notice, like in messaging, there are many different protocols, and yeah, NATS is let's say one of many protocols like Kafka MQTT. So it's the relation is like with the other protocols. AsyncAPI itself is protocol agnostic, so it's the core spec of AsyncAPI is written in the way that you can accommodate whatever messaging communication you want. And additionally, if you need to have some protocol specific semantics in the async API contract, like for example NATS or MQTT, some specific information in the async API contract, then you have a feature called async API bindings that allows you to, let's say, when in async API contract, you specify how to connect to your broker. and might be that there's some specific with some specific naming, some settings that you'd like to also specify for the server. And there's some special settings for NATs that you'd like to put there. Like in Kafka, for example, you'd like to specify that the given server is also a host for schema registry. Then this bindings feature allows you to do it. And going back to the initial question, NATs is one of the protocols. So we have a binding for NATs as well. But
yeah, the reason I saw some comments on some of the internet forums saying, like for now, some may say don't follow the async API specs. How is there like a conformance tool to test whether a protocol follow the async API? I don't know if it's called protocols or rules.
You mean conformance test for testing what exactly? Like testing if the application, like testing what? Sorry?
Just maybe I just my main impression is that it's possible for some new protocols such as NATS that create something that doesn't fall into the async API rule or specs.
Hard for me to answer. Like I would have to see the conversation. So like basically, let me try to answer this way. So Async API, again, it's really protocol agnostic, and you use it to describe the messaging system, right? So you use Async API to describe the the communication of your application, whatever the application is. It can be a broker, it can be a service, and you use it to design the system, or you use it to describe the system that is already designed and it's in production. So if somebody uses NATS or somebody uses MQTT in the wrong way, then it's a decision of the given, I don't know, like owner of the application to use it wrong. And Async API do not dictate, like Async API doesn't tell you how you should use given protocol. It just allows you to describe how you use it. And it doesn't, there are no tools, there's no intention to say like Async API should be opinionated and always that we should have some like official tools to, I don't know, check if people do Kafka the right way. But I'm not sure if I answer your question because I would really have to see the conversations that you
I need
refer
to
to.
find that too. So basically, async API only is kind of a defining the language that describe other protocols, basically. So it doesn't have any opinion on what is right, what is wrong. It's a description language, sort of, right?
Yeah. You basically use it to people call it differently. I call it basically contract or configuration. So you can say, okay, I want my application to use this broker, and I want it to publish messages to this specific channel or topic or queue, whatever you name it. In Async API, we choose to say channel, but of course, in different brokers and systems, the word channel translates into topic or routing key or whatever. But yeah, we just allow you to describe things, how you want to set them up or how they work. But you decide how they work. You decide how do you set them up. If you want to use a request reply, for example, a pattern in your messaging system, then you use Async API to describe how you use it. But Async API doesn't tell you if you, in a particular case, you should do request reply, or in this particular case, you should use Kafka instead of, I don't know, MQTT. So Async API does not dictate it. It's basically a description language for your contract with the other applications with other users. Hope that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Is there so in the open API realm, there are some effort, separate effort. For example, there is Google has a so-called application enhancement, not enhancement, application improvement product project, which kind of is kind of opinionated implementation of OpenAPI spec, you can say. So in the async API world, is there a similar effort by any like related organization do like best practices discussions?
Is it a official working group in OpenAPI or?
No, let me put so this. So this is actually a group I've been listening to. That's pretty interesting. That a lot of things make sense. It's just let me find it. It's a Google has one, but let me just forward the AP, API enhancement. Yeah, it's because this is also a Linux Foundation working group, right? Is this
Sorry again?
Is AsyncAPI part of the Linux Foundation working group?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
the foundation itself, yeah. But we're separate project than like OpenAPI. It's also part of Linux Foundation, but we're like separate.
Yeah. So this I just posted one. This is actually not an official Linux Foundation working group yet. It's kind of just one of the projects that's happening in the ecosystem, not an official project, but is trying to. So it's focused on REST API and REST API and gRPC. So a lot of discussion on what is considered the best practices and what the right way to do things. So it is opinionated implementations. So I wonder in the async API, I know it might be a little different because there's so many compares the in open API where because this is only focusing on REST and REST API and gRPC. In the async API world, there are probably many more. So it's hard to have a common working group. But is there any?
I'm not aware of any that would be focused on it. Especially like it's really hard to compare us with OpenAPI because you probably already know in messaging the amount of protocols and different use cases for messaging. Not sure if it's even possible to set up some opinionated rules. Probably they would have to be done in the same way as we do protocols in AsyncAPI. So we have like AsyncAPI is protocol agnostic. If you want to have some semantics specific to a given protocol, you have bindings. And I guess something like what you're referring, like let's say opinionated recommendations, how the best system should be done. That's probably again per protocol rather than entire async API. Because I can imagine that things that work for Kafka would apply like totally different rules in MQTT world. There are some. Okay, so there's one initiative. There's no working group yet. The founder of Async API, he wrote an article a few weeks ago where he asks like multiple community members to talk about the topics, the naming of the topics. So there is. I know that he's working on something. Later on, you can ping me. I can find the article and try to share with you. So maybe that's gonna evolve in the working group. So basically, to kind of specify the best way of naming topics, what details you should have in the topics, etc. So that's kind of adding an opinionated rules to topics. But again, I don't think it will ever be a core of Async API. It's rather something additional, like a, let's say, community-wise recommended way of describing topics. So I know about this one, like the topic naming. For others, I know that we had one discussion about, especially about versioning, how properly should the versioning be done in event-driven and how it should be supported in AsyncAPI, if it should be on the schema level or topic level, etc. But I remember that there were so many comments, people from different protocols and different brokers coming in, that we, throughout all these years, we never reached any consensus like how to do it properly. So these are like, let's say, some discussions that emerged, like that we should suggest the best ways. But it's really hard in event-driven architectures to pick one best solution for all.
Yeah, I think it would be because this is interesting because the reason I'm interested in is because AI generated code, some of the vendors, when I ask them, they always, oh, you need to use this tool, you're gonna get better code, AI generated code, and help you write better code. And then I ask, what do you mean better code? How do you define better code? So and because they basically the current tool mostly just based on existing code base and generate code that's kind of follow whatever works in the current code base, but it seems like, for example, the one I posted AP, they're trying to gather best practices that's really there's a reason behind why it is good. So I feel that when it comes to marketing, I don't know if it's possible, feasible or not. I don't know the details of the communities, like the Open API, Async API, JSON schema. Really, if there's a joint marketing, that would be much more powerful when it comes to telling, even if this is not telling what's right or wrong. At least this is the way to describe things uniformly. That will be really helpful to people to understand why this organization exists, why it's there, and how to leverage the resources to really define what is better code.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting challenge to tackle. Yeah. Yeah, but like that's a big subject. I'm, for example, not I wasn't even aware of the AEP that you just shared. So yeah, let's first of all, like I would suggest try to also join the, not sure if you're already in AsyncAPI Slack.
I just joined.
Okay, perfect. So definitely drop your questions also there. Well, we record all these meetings always, so this meeting is also recorded, so you can also later on we can share with you the link and the this recording, so you can also provide it as a context for others, like if they want to get more details. But yeah, the best is to reach out to the community, check out with them, and I'll also once you join and ping me there, I can provide you contact points with the creator of AsyncAPI, and maybe we can figure out something together. But yeah, it's I can tell you that it's tough in event-driven architectures, unfortunately.
Thank you.
No worries.
All right, right on time. It is exactly 4 p.m. West African time. So, do we have any other question, action points, suggestions? Okay, in the absence of none, every other thing would be communicated to us on the in the working group channel. So we will be having our next meeting in the next 2 weeks. And yes, we'll be looking forward to seeing everyone there. Great. Yes. I'll create the meeting issue right about now, so I don't forget again. And yeah, see you all in the next 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.